game.
Limit testing?
Yeah. Testing the limits of that keyboard right there.
Seeing what you can get away with. It matches Blitz's play style. He likes to limit test. He likes to see whether he can slip a smoke, whether he can go for a bold play. Certainly in the clutch, if not much before. We're diving into the server. It will be the Inferno to start things out. And the mates have told us before that if they see an Inferno in a veto, they're going to the Inferno. They love an Inferno. Why not? Have some fun with it.
Get things off with a pistol. A little bit of that utility, and it's already TheMongolz trying to take a statement down middle. Looking for the early fights here. Martinez giving him a big swing. Now the second mid-aggression coming through as well, and they're in between these defenders, but can wrap around towards the Hall side of things and just take the A-bomb side over.
Yeah, the presence of Senzu has now tipped them off that there is a gap here. Saucel does manage to escape with the kill, so that's going to be important. Shots through smoke ineffective, and this bomb will make its way to a plant spot. The later rotation from Blitz clearing out the apps, but okay, there is a gift through the smoke. Senzu kept trying. And if at first you don't succeed, keep on clicking with that USP. I think that's how the saying goes. A chase down here, Alex knowing he wants to thin the herd before this full retake comes on in, and now it's Blitz in the balcony. So they know the presence of these two CTs, but a dance from Pit. And Senzu to claim the first. It's all on TheMongolz, overwhelmed. Up top, Senzu lays him low. Time for the defuse aplenty.
This is going to be the big challenge here that I was talking about for TheMongolz. Going to have to pull through with a lot of retakes. You're going to give those sights over, and Senzu makes it look easy with the 4K. Starts things off, pulling out with the USP. He's able to find one through the smoke in that 3v3. That's a huge difference maker. See how he gets that? He just tracked him up through the smoke as he got a little bit of visual. And from the top ropes, able to take everyone else down. With the 4 kills, he sends an up 9-10's way. Because you know this is going to be a Gentlemate's force buy. Very aggressive on this purchase, but understandable from 9-10's point of view. He's got a good spot. He can take that fight down middle. And they're running down middle again. Looking to give them no relief here, but TheMongolz opens things up. Now Senzu able to surprise, and Martinez not ready for the trade. Doing it all with his A1S here. And now no space created from Gentlemates. They are getting suffocated in second mid.
Some people are into that, you know. But probably not the mates in this moment. Bomb dropped and down. Saucel maybe could surprise from the sewers, but you could see Techno's checking it. They've left Techno pretty alone. This is actually the chance. Timing everything out of the sewers like a Ninja Turtle. Pops out Saucel. Says Cowabunga. Let's get this round back on track. 9-10 though. We'll be allowing no tracks to be claimed. Yeah, you want that bomb? You better cross this up. And meanwhile, the longer they stall out waiting for him, Blitz should be coming in for the death blow any moment. And there it is.
This is a nice game plan from TheMongolz. They just don't let Gentlemates play the round as they would hope for. Don't let them get their executes off. Don't let them have any space on the map. And while it can be difficult to sustain, TheMongolz like to come through and dictate the pace on these CT sides. That is exactly what they're doing. No ground conceded to Gentlemates. Unable to work through middle. I don't really expect much of a change here in this round. When they're up against an eco. HE's lobbed over, flashes as well there. They're going to run through the smoke. Great flashbang, and it's still a difficult fight ahead. One goes down there towards the top of mid, though. Senzu. Oh, that's in apartments. The gun could be recovered. See if they can do any extra damage here. Alex is in a position to surprise. Flashbang is perfect, and Techno has all the time in the world to feast up that kill.
You know a flashbang's good when you can do a double take and they still can't see anything. Yeah, your retinas are burned. 9-10. With an easy, comfortable fight. And while Saucel had the chance to make some noise with that gun, it is quickly going to elapse. Clean as you like for TheMongolz. Barely a blemish in this one. And this is a nice start. Business as usual for TheMongolz. Any problems in the earlier rounds of this ESL Pro League, they're looking to put behind them. Looking to put them in the rear view.
That's just what collapsing in on one win can do for you. Sometimes that's just all you need. Get things going here again in the Swiss stage. Able to get that versus Gamer Legion. We'll see. We'll continue that conversation here. Good 9-10 playing confidently, peeking down middle. Doesn't anticipate to be going up against an op just yet. Banana control this time conceded for now. They've got a lot of resources here to take it on back. Flashes start to rain in. Techno gonna get sent in on the aggro. Flash is looking good. The reaction is to concede behind the smoke. Another flash going through. Everyone blind again here in Techno. Feast, a Deagle is out. And he can't find the fourth. HE goes short as well, so Blitz now next at bat and looking to lock it down, but Martinez has other ideas. Can try and save this round.
One shy of the name. But plenty of impact in the game there for Techno. Senzu flies out. Can't quite track, but look at the damage that's been done. These players are so low. Still, the numbers even for a moment. Mizinho high to Lace also low. It's all on to Martinez now. Risking this, it's got to be headshots. I mean, if they didn't know where he was, they certainly do now. On this smoke fade, one body shot will finish it, but a headshot certainly will. No problem there for Mizinho. And the Mongols may be a bit nervier in that one, but still in control after Techno's huge impact play early.
I mean, everyone blinded up by that flash right there. They were not expecting, not only that banana re-aggression that they concede here, but ready for the reaction. You could see that Gentlemates wanted to fight back for that space. And again, Techno just continues to run it down at them. Blitz setting him up for success, and everyone caught by his flash once more. And so he just continues to chew on through here. Much needed timeout for Gentlemates. As once again, they have yet to really get a comfortable execute off. This is something that the Mongols have clearly come through with a vision around how they want to play out this CT side, and that's never let these guys play off a 5v5 and get an execute going. Never let them take that map control. And Gentlemate's trying to figure out a way around it. Gotta force some respect.
Off out. Hunting for 9-10. As it so often is. Tech9s might be able to condense some of these sightlines. Splits getting frisky at the top of Banana. That's what we saw Techno doing in the last. Nade punish could be strong, and indeed it is. Every player chunked down to varying degrees of pain.
More utility. Tossing towards Banana. More damage being done. Forces a smoke out. And another HE that's going to do even more damage. There's just no relief here on these executes, and Blitz gets to farm up these low HP bars. Techno still on the back lines of the site and eating it on up. There's just no questions. Gentlemates' game plan once again shut down by the utility, by the flashes, by the constant barrage of HEs. Doesn't feel like this round going to be much of a relief.
That won't be. Tell you that much. Bomb dropped on down. No real escape. No real path to take it to. Saucel trying to think if there's a way that he could scrape a gun away. Hoping maybe that there'd be an isolated flank. Checking it, certainly.
Thinking about giving it a go here.
I mean, yeah, he has to. What are your choices?
I'm not talking about the Mongols. They just want to chase things down. Go for that last kill. End it early.
The Horde is hungry. And it's
their kills. They're bloodthirsty.
Sausages on the menu.
Continue to farm it on up. That one, business as usual here. No one going down in that round. That's something that the Mongols definitely need. And down to the wire in the last couple. This one, a huge push to the economy. And when there's low health on the other end of the server, the smoke spam is a little more deadly.
If we ever do a player profile on Saucel, it needs to be titled How the Saucel Gets Made. Fast play. Trying to make something out of this round right now. Alex willing to do the dirty work over the bags. Finds a headshot, much needed. Now this is getting interesting indeed. Senzu wants to fight ahead of it. Playing on the edge of the smoke. Such a risk taken here, leaving Blitz all on his lonesome. He's dumping Util just to try and stall it out. Give Mizinho time to get back around. Finds the first, but blinded out. There's no more safe haven, and this bomb will be making its way through, but Mizinho through the smoke again, finding the kills. Keep this one within the realm of possibility, and look at Saucel. He's so far away that if they accelerate on this retake, he might not have the ability to get involved. Now he's going to have to accelerate. Now he wants to condense, keep them off of his teammates, come back in for that backstab. 9-10 thinking about it, but looks away at the wrong moment, and now there is no safe haven. There is no escape. One man in the church, prayers unanswered, as it's Davi to deal the killing blow.
A tough opener right there, all the way through that round. Continuing to fight the Gentlemates. That's a tough call to make after how these rounds have been spiraling towards this B side and constantly taking damage to the utility. Finding a banana again is such a bold call. Trust in their guns, they trust in the game plan. This time they're able to take some space.
Whoa. High vision.
A little bit of
seeing the wavelengths.
Down memory lane.
Zeroing in the wavelengths of this game, the radio waves that are coming to you. That was a full visualization of this stream being beamed into your computer.
You get to hear the sound.
Feel the sound.
See the color.
See the sound. Kind of crazy when you think about it, that light beamed through, or electricity beamed through wires brings you this brilliant display. It also keeps all the players in the servers. You start getting into the nitty-gritty. Things are crazy. Blitz trying to bring some of that madness. Process some kills through those wires into the heads of the Gentlemates, but if they can build here, they can change the wavelength indeed of this map of Counter-Strike.
Do it again. They'll take those ground up banana and they're ready for their execute once more here. Same old, Gentlemates also coming through with a clear vision as to how they want to take this approach and testing this B side of the map over and over again.
A little bit more diligent with holding on to the utility here, right? The adjustment for the Mongols is less aggression towards banana, hold on to the nades a bit later. Blitz trying to make a play, dodges the flash, and he's well equipped to deal with this. Two found, nice positioning of the crosshair, even with the flashbangs coming through. Techno can turtle, and its teammates to come on through, try and support 9-10, creating space. Sightlines with that AWP. The adjustment is perfect. It's clean as you like, all comfortable for the Mongols.
I love that the Mongols are committing to these duels on B right there. They are hiding behind the smokes when, one player inside the site, the other sitting behind the CT smoke. That is something that you can't afford to do up against these executes, and Blitz flying by. They're collecting two while blind through the smoke, instantly punishing the aggression. Then you see the activity out of Techno as well. Really well put together.
We've got an extra player coming over for the initial. Blitz dumping some util to set up a more aggressive play, so they're right back to it. They have not been tamed, and Senzu, maybe we'll think better of that one. Nade to deal out some damage, but it's Mopaz on top for the initial, and this force buy starts off well for the mates. Just a Tech 9 lost, just a Saucel con. Still plenty of time to put this one together.
Oh boy.
And a spot on the bomb, they've just missed it. They just want to come back. Ooh, justifies it. Braves the AWP. A bold brawl indeed. Martinez wants blood.
Oh, Blitz left into a panic here, trying to figure out where he's going to rotate, and spotting Blitz out like this. Over towards A. Also catching Techno in transition. This is going to be a call back towards the B side once again for Gentlemates. Smokes are down. Executes on in, and Techno has to hope for some spam, a little bit of trickery. We'll see what he goes for. The bomb being planted, default. He's going to run through the smoke. Doesn't realize his opportunity, though. And it will be Davi to put it to rest. Both kills coming through out of the hands of his AK.
We can do forensics on where that bullet went vis-a-vis the head. The sandbag blocking it, saving the life of the planter. Had a moment there. But the smiles are back on the faces of the Gentlemates, particularly Martinez brawling out from T-Ramp. That was bold.
One of the difficult things to do here on the T side is whether or not you even buy the op here.
Yeah.
And being able to punish the opper peeking down middle with a rifle is such a luxury. Now, it's not going to scare 9-10 off of the aggression here. That's, of course, the case. But Blitz going to scare them off for now towards that B side. A little 1-for-1.
Good trade on it. It was attempted middle aggression coming through from the Mongols, and this is beautifully held. Techno just jiggling for information. Now they're locked out. They're on the wrong side of this. Senzu not going to catch anything, and I think this might be a plug pull for the Mongols. They don't really have the util to contest for a retake.
They're sticking around, but as you said, I don't think they're going to be hanging out here forever. Hoping for some smoke spam. When that doesn't come through, should be the call off. Gentlemate's off to a roaring start, for better or for worse, in some of these rounds. Right now, they're finally figuring it out towards this B side, how to break through the setup. Little trade action up Banana, catching these extensions from the Mongols. They will give you those early duels. You just have to meet them. And Alex with 2 important kills, 1 on the trade. One just a nasty entry into that B site. And that'll do it. The money has to be running a little bit low. 3 guns saved, though, is probably going to continue the conversation of these Mongols purchases. Don't think they're going to be willing to let off the gas here.
A moment. Cry a moment here in T-Spawn as we float on through the airwaves. Now comes the action, fast in towards Banana, as it has been. The Mongols bringing 3, but this time not braving all the way. Senzu catches that HE, and Mopaw's planted here by the half wall. That was the objective they wanted. He doesn't need to see, he just needs to believe. Goodbye, Blitz. Now they're bringing it back the other way, and there's no one in position to deal with this. Op can't find through the partially popped smoke. At least 1 kill can keep this in the realm of contention. 9-10 had no idea how close they were. He had no idea how far they had advanced. Now with the bomb down, that is the retreat called. Sounding the alarm are the Mongols because the Spaniards have come to play.
I don't really know if we've gotten down to the minute mark in any of these rounds.
I love it. I love it.
It's just constant dueling, brawling, up Banana, down middle, whatever you can get. They're going to finally force Mappas out of this round. By hook or by crook, take him down, pick up an extra AK for the troubles, but Gentlemates have decided they want to come through with a lightning fast gameplay. Mongols, always with that game plan set and centered. And this time, full control towards that A side, a decisive move. And 9-10 playing over there towards brackets, keeping contained on the arch side, doesn't realize that the A side has fallen on his all-in move. Great pickup from Uppos. That's such a difficult kill. They're fully blinded up, but all things considered here, the only breather in this matchup for these players is the timeouts that are called, and that is a breather that the Mongols will certainly take here. Chance to calm the nerves here, settle things down. These rounds have been playing so fast.
We've got a request in ye old mailbag to know the utility stats here, and I would also like to know, because it does feel like Banana has been a blender really for both sides. Tons of nade damage coming through in the early. It's that willingness to fight. It's that pace of play that you were talking about there, Cole, where everybody just wants to brawl. So we'll get that checked for you. We'll get the numbers. We'll crunch them. We'll process them. Send them through accounting.
There it is.
And here we go. Utility 318
wow
damage for Blitz. Techno
pretty
Rocket
good.
2 hundo. Those are the 2B players.
Yep. That's pretty good for the 2B players.
Ain't that just Inferno summed up to a T? Especially when you want to play quick.
Yeah, they're also tossing in 3, sometimes 4 HEs over there towards B as well. So much damage here. Sustained by Gentlemates, but that was in the earlier rounds here. Now, later down the line, haven't been able to do as much damage. Pulling their utility on back a little bit. Still keep both of their HEs though. Flashbang, this is aggression from Techno. Flash is avoided, but the second flash is perfect. Mappa's able to dodge it up though and protect his team. So 4v5 again. Op is going to lead the pack now here. Martinez trying to find success, but a sideline from Blitz, an instant headshot. Everyone getting mowed down, but a spray from Uppos, and Alex is going to put it into a 3v2 again. A minute 05 left on the clock. The site is claimed, and we're in a 2v3 that I'm not sure Mongols want to go for.
I love that both teams just seem to have accepted that they want to absolutely brawl to determine who's going to hold B in the round. No trickery, no hiding, no casting yourself behind cover. We're going to throw down. And in this round, the throwdown comes up the way of the Gentle Mates. What a comeback this has been. As soon as they got their feet under them on this T side, they've been off to the races. It took them a bit. That's why we see the scoreline we do, but it's been a commanding run now, and Mongolz got to be getting a little nervous about this.
I feel like every round, both teams are saying that we're the better roster mechanically, and they're just trying to show that on the server with the early fights that they're taking.
It's always the innocents who suffer most.
That's why the bomb sites are here, so you can take down the chickens. That's the hidden lore of Inferno. I feel like it's a little bit overkill, but whatever gets the job done. Chickens got to go. They're giving up the positions.
Valve, they just love the chicken, they hate the chicken.
I think we've seen one save out of Gentle Mates here, not a single one out of the Mongols. They've been saving their guns quite a bit, but not taking ecos. They're on MP9s again. And this time, a little change of direction here from Gentle Mates.
It's the last round this time, certainly, so no second option in it. Seems like we're going to get some brackets pressure. This has been the less focused site, and this time 910 gets caught out on the corner. Martinez quick with it. The back shift towards Banana. Now they move back. Okay, we got our kill. We apply pressure. Let's go for a B take here, fellas.
They're not going to respect this smoke. Not at all.
Surely not.
They're going to 100% walk through this.
Blitz has also just revealed it's an MP9 here top.
And he's all alone. Smokes are already lining up towards CT. Flashes to go through the smoke. This is going to escalate the play. Full steam ahead. No smokes being respected. No utility. Not a care in the world. An open bomb site here. Flashes through the smoke. Though Blitz is going all in. He gets to the one. He's traded instantly, but Techno on the edge of the smoke equalizes. Keeps it possible here for the side of the Mongols.
These Guardians of B, they've given themselves a bulwark to make this a realistic possibility. Kits are available this time. Don't have to worry about that. And certainly there's nothing that can be saved through to the half. But Martinez is the big man to get past early. That AWP we know can be lethal, and here from the dark corner, misses the first shot. Salso down. Allies falling, it falls to DaVG. They painted him into the corner, and Techno paints him out of the half. Frustration early for the Gentle Mates, but a battle back in down the stretch of the half. And now we've very much got a game on our hands here on this Inferno, Cole.
Absolutely. One closing statement being made from the Mongols towards the tail end, but now you wonder, are both these teams going to keep up the pace for the second half here? I have to imagine the Mongols on the T side, you're going to like to get themselves stuck in early. See if that's the case for the pistol, one that could go a long way for the Mongols. They've got only decoys in this round. No utility, nothing but headshots in front of them. That's what they're gunning for. We'll see if they're given the opportunity. A little fight up banana, but right now the way this round is heading, where the bomb is positioned an option to go through towards A, should be the ideal target right now. Only a duo here, not a lot of brackets control. And they're going to start to make their way on in.
Saucel tinked. Martinez in a little bit of a tough spot still. Manages to walk away with the one, but Saucel cleared out from the pit. Means this bomb is getting planted on down. A quick response might allow this retake to come through.
Bomb has been planted.
Numbers in. Time ticking down. Mazzino in the back pit. Here comes the maneuver. Smoke to block some vision. Set up Blitz for a little bit of an isolated fight here. Teammates trying to get in to defend him, but maybe he doesn't need him. All good. All comfortable. Quick rebuff, and TheMongolz thinking he needs a kill to light his way back in, and time might just not allow it.
It's a really tricky setup right there to break down for the side of Gentlemates. They have to deal with the position in the back of truck. Still Beretta's ready to fire out there, but Mongols not only taking that wrap side approach, throwing Martinez aim off there early, doing damage to the player in the pit as well. Mongols don't invest any utility besides a couple of decoys. They take full control of that A side. Getting a force buyback though. Some awesome play for TheMongolz. A lot of smokes in play as well. And some early aggression up banana. Mac 10 at the tip of the spear. Senzu looking to create some space. Also hearing a jump up in towards apartments. Mazzino looking to make things tricky on the A side. Draw up some attention. Double HGs get thrown in towards CT. Not a lot of damage done this time in the second half for the Mongols with that utility just yet. But they're threatening it. They have that trick up their sleeve. And as they take full banana control, they're going to run it back towards this A side. And again, only a duo of defenders at the helm here.
Smokes deployed. Flashbangs out. Now they look to wrap their tendrils around the site and squeeze. Try and relieve the pressure. A move towards the lane. Reinforcements are here in the library, and Mongols stalling out now means there's going to be a lot of numbers for them to contend with. No second element, no ability to bail out, but they're waiting. Waiting for this move off the Gentle Mates, and the more that they wait, the more these smokes fade, the more the opportunities are here. Everybody's here now. It's a party, and here comes the strikes, but a party right now that's looking all Mongols. Mopaw's last man alive, and that bomb can slip in. Time taken, but well spent.
There we go, a little bit of breather. You can see how tense that round is. Everyone on Gentlemates ready to collapse in through arches and library and able to take that charge as a trio, but running through the smokes is just still so patient from the Mongols. Take their timing to strike as those smokes fade away, and despite the advanced positioning, despite Gentlemates having the right idea, don't have the firepower to break down the setup. 5 players over towards the B side this time. Full-on stack of 5.7s. Can cause a lot of damage. If there was anyone there to meet him here. Instead, it's a very passive angle from Techno, forcing them to take the charge. Here's a slow crawl up. How much can these Tech 9s do When utility starts to run their way, multiple mollies tossed in to force them out of position. Flashes go in as well. Turning that corner's dangerous here. Gentlemate's looking to get chewed on up. Techno with a couple, and everyone comes through with closing kills. The Mongols don't have too many troubles getting past that 5-7s.
So now 2 nice starts to the halves for the Mongols, which is a really good way to win a game of Counter-Strike, it turns out. That makes life a lot easier when you have the pistols, when you have the conversions coming through. And it does mean that the Gentlemates, all pressure is going to be on these last few rounds of play. Need to get it done here with the guns. They've got the offer Martinez. We know he can be a difference maker. Opportunities limited in that first half, but with the scope now on the defense, it's where you look to see him shine.
Liking the Mzinho's Mac-10 here with 4 players without head Kevlar. Him jumping around a corner and trying to find an entry is a little more deadly. We'll see if that flares up here in this round. So they're gearing up again to work this A side of the map. I hear the noise in apartments right now. Martinez calling that out to the rest of the squad. And a smoke that could lead straight into the Martinez op. There goes the Mac-10. In and out of boiler and down middle now.
This is a good result for the Mongols, right? They've shown a lot of presence top of mid and not really taking any casualties for it. Martinez will start to clear this out, though. Information spotted, but you can see this cluster is so far away that any rotations are going to be a little slow here. 40 seconds. This is back to the creeping Inferno style we are used to. And there's still some incendiaries here to stall.
Those ones are tossed deep, though. Might not be respected. Already jumping around the corner. There's the Mzinho Mac-10 taking charge into the site. Sinzu follows it up. Springing into action here is the Mongols. Gentlemate's going to be left outside looking in on these smokes. Bomb already planted. They're all rotating in for this retake. They got to get things rolling here. 9-10 caught as the smoke was just about to bloom. Means they've got a 3v3 and a chance. Getting backed up here, Blitz. Elevated angle, great flashbang to cue them on up here. Sauce and DaVinci strike in unison. It's all on Techno. Good in the clutch, but can't get past the Martinez op. And a 4v3 with just enough time on the defuse. It's going to allow Gentlemates to get back into this map.
We highlighted Martinez as a potential difference maker there. Turns out the flashbang might have been the most critical part. Gets his teammates back through. That's the big kills do come in, and that is the start of what they need on the Gentlemates defense to make a campaign of this one. 3 players alive. They keep the money up. They're keeping the spirits up, certainly. Or even certainly. With the coach getting on in there. Currently?
Currently
It's 10-6.
Currently it's 10-6, and things are looking on the up and up. That was such a challenging round to close out there. One flashbang was the only bit of utility, and as you said, it was tossed in perfectly. Martinez looking alive, and Techno fighting for Banana, as he's known to do. Running through the smokes, showing some fearlessness, and forcing Gentlemates on back despite their advanced positioning. You look at how they walk away from the fight towards Banana. It's a bit of a different story than what we saw in the first half. Mongols using that utility so effectively. This time, on the T side, they're able to do the same. Yeah, single defender. Malpos has a tough job on 31 health to try and scare them off of this B site. Put a lot of faith that he can make it happen. And right now that faith is starting to shake because the smoking towards CT causing some panicky rotations. And now it's only the duo on this A side again. It is Martinez. It is his op. He's going to be able to use it here.
Gotta be the man. Got to be the man of the moment under pressure. They're bringing a lot his way, and there's no extra element out towards the arch to play off of. Still manages to land a shot back away. Incendiary downstalls this out. 30 seconds. Not a lot of time to spare, so they've got to go quick on the Mongols. This time, no time to wait. Reinforcements are here. It's the form of DaVinci trying to work his way through those arches. Nice hold from Saucel on the first. Can't duck down low enough, and Martinez run down, but DaVinci has arrived. Wants to deny that ball, but it costs him his life. Alex now waiting for Mopaz. They'll try and pinch in towards this site, but it's 9-10 and Senzu, a deadly duo, if ever there were. Around the corner they go. Elbow spotted, that's enough. Information over the box. Senzu known in the corner. He's got to battle his way out, but Senzu was born for this.
Nothing a little wide swing can't fix right there in the 1v1. Senzu taking charge in that duel. A little bit of initiative to close it out and secure things. So much trust in the mechanics of these players, and Senzu delivers in the pressure moment. Gentlemates going to be feeling shaken by that loss. Have the right idea in terms of opening things up for Martinez, but having to huddle back in towards the sites, your support system being cut off, Gentlemates trying to jump on that retake before everyone had their feet set. It's going to leave them in a questionable spot right now. They are going to go for the investment, but the luxury of having all this utility, the A to BP, those are going to be pieces that they're missing. And such an important round here as well to try and fend off against what could be map point for the Mongols. You got 3 SMGs and a couple of rifles to back this up.
Nice headshot early. Alex trying to take that space towards Banana, trying to bring that brawl we had in the first half back to fruition here, and it is denied.
Got Blitzrock in the op now as he got taken down a little low. Mop is not giving up on Banana here. On crouching, able to elevate onto 9-10. Catches a kill and caught with utility out of Mazinho. Didn't expect that level of aggression there from Martinez. Played a game of catch with those HEs. A 3v4, a little bit of breathing room for Gentlemates with the tough purchase they have.
But this is where we see them thin out into the 2-2, right? They had that aggressive forward stack on A, taking that space. Now they move back. Now it's going to give the chance for Mongols to set up what they want out of their site take. They're creeping forward in the apartments. They're going to have Molotovs in towards the pit. That's going to be potential pain. That was a massive opportunity missed. Let's see if Martinez can make good on it. Can, at least for the first. Dancing among those flames, finding a reposition up on top of the box, buying time as well for his teammates who are fast en route, but the cavalry's not here just yet. And Martinez can only hold on so long. Still, blitz is low. And for the moment, at least Techno's hands are occupied, but those come free. And a resmoke onto Moto. Blocks that. Techno spots the boost, knows exactly where this last player is now. Looking for a reload, not quite the gun he wants, but blitz on the angle. And DaVG thinking he better get the heck out of Dodge.
Oh man, has to concede here. Blitz able to bring it on in with the AWP, the kickoff that he starts with the rifle, and then Techno closing it out. No options but to save and give over 12 to the Mongols. Your buy still going to be in shambles. Martinez doing his best to try and hold things off, but when you fall back into that 2-2 setup, as you said, it's a big difference maker. Especially when you get caught off guard in the pit like this. Going to change the tides of this round. Despite the early fight that they show, didn't expect them to be walking through halls like that whatsoever. Last time out available for Gentlemates to fight with 6 rounds in a row required. Going to bring some good fight into this round with a couple A1Ss, but got to be flawless.
Last time out coming through, he's been trying to spark some life in them. Whatever fire they bring to the table, can't let it be doused here. Gotta let it burn. We talked about the Inferno. I mean, it's the map pick for the Gentlemates as well, right, Cole? It's best opportunity. A Mongols Mirage is a tough beast indeed. Not that there are any easy gimmies against this team right now.
That's a good point. Tough map pull all the way through. You're looking at Mirage up next, though, and you see everyone online for the Mongols, and that's the scariest factor here. Not a one-man show for this team. Everyone being able to provide the moments when necessary. That is tough to sustain up against this team. Sawzell looking for aggression, which could be overlooked. Senzu completely caught off guard, and oh my god, saved by Mazinho. Perfect timing. 9-10 could have fallen as well, but instead it's just a 1-for-1.
What a brilliant save. What a brilliant catch. That could have been the round in ruins. Instead, now it's massive pressure onto the Gentlemates. Two players here, top banana, wanting to fight. Utility poise. They're throwing a lot at this. It's a full-on siege, and Alex trying to repel the invaders will do exactly that. 3 kills stacked up off of a FAMAS to keep them fighting. Bomb dropped on down. Mazinho, you already saved your team once in this round, but now it's all on your back. No teammates to guard. Just a smoke to work your way through, and a flank that's developing. Martinez is taking the long way around. But it's Alex and Mopaz here and now. 25 seconds forced on out. No way to escape the trade.
Alex able to show up big time there with the 4K. One of those rounds that lifted them off in the first half was at the hands of Alex, and he's able to do it again in the second. Now this has to be the spark that ignites this team back into the swing of things on the CT side. But providing a little bit of relief. Playing in the perfect position to catch them off guard, trying to run through the smoke. Looking for a similar level of surprise that was brought to them in that first half. And the money for the Mongols is not in the best of spots here. So they're going to call a timeout, probably set things up for what is going to be the next gun round coming up after this. For now, we'll see what sort of damage they can do, what sort of pressure they can apply.
Finally getting those ecos out. But the ecos do bring deagles. And the deagles do bring danger. 3 sure hands with those deegs.
Always a possibility.
Has been very fun to watch the techno surge. Feels like it's a big part of this season. Sawzell, though, won't be denying any surging moments in this round. We still do have techno. Well, now we don't. And Blitz chased into the sewer tunnel. Will not be allowed to escape those fumes.
Held at bay for a little while longer. Nothing given out of those deagles at all. That's a statement here from Gentlemates. Making these aggressive calls up against the pistols. We'll be able to make it look easy as can be. Now requiring success up against the rifles once again here. Everyone on the Mongols ready, locked and loaded. Taking that early space as they do. This time the HE's doing a little bit more damage on the Blitz.
This is a key element that's been different between these two halves, right? Because of how fast the Gentlemates wanted to play, we saw that insane utility damage through the first coming through for the Mongols, making a lot of those rounds a lot easier. The mates haven't necessarily had the luxury of the nades to play with.
There's another good one. The flash has come through as well, and Senzu looking for a fight. One that will not be given to him. More HEs. They're holding them on back. They're waiting for them to escalate the play of Banana before they finally toss him down range. And Techno going to be the next one at bat. An extra pressure here up Banana. Meanwhile, the rest of the squad looking to fight for brackets here. Caught in between. No real motion just yet here. Mazinho set up with a couple of flashes. Goes all in on the swing and still managed to win a fight. 1v3 in brackets. They're going all in on the spam. Making no secrets about the position. Cues up some re-aggression from Martinez, though, and he hands his back over to Blitz. This is the A side called clear now. Don't realize, but more aggression continues here, and the fights continue from Gentlemates who will fall. Techno 4K looking to end it off, and Davi G left versus the world. All alone. Bomb gonna make it in towards B. Plenty of time. And he's got to fight his way through a 1v4 if they want a chance at their map pick.
Bomb has been planted.
It's the first.
It's the first. It would take the ace. Davi G trying to put these pieces together. A lot of room to rumble first before he even gets implicated in the action. First fight back sight. Takes a chip of his health away, and bit by bit, he will be picked apart by Techno 4K. The Mongols triumph on Inferno. A little bit of a fight in the first, but they quickly dispel any illusions about that as we move on in to the second half of play. Now, the road gets tougher for the Gentlemates. It's a Mirage. Final update, by the way, coming through from our lovely J&Z. Blitz, 509 utility damage on that map of Inferno.
That's 5 kills.
Second place with 331.
I mean, that's
an ace.
Yeah, that's 8 kills involved there, at least in terms of damage done. That's just absurd numbers right there. Very good work on the util game. A little tricky to stack up the numbers on a map like Mirage, but we'll see if they can keep it up. Shut down Gentlemates here as we hop into map number 2. Mirage going to be played out, and we're still rocking. As much as they like their utility on Inferno, on these T-pistols, they are all headshots. No util on an A play for the Mongols. This is wild. And they're dealing with a trio, actually a quad setup right now. Everyone involved, and the hard clears come through, and the entries are found instantly. Everyone going down now. Gentlemates left shattered. Alex can't believe his eyes, and the bomb going to be planted right in his face.
Needs to clear those eyes. Get them focused back in. Can't quite catch the player slipping away in towards ramp, and now this gets even tougher. Everybody's found the post-plant hidey holes. Techno's been flushed out of his. Still 3 more hurdles to overcome. Those hurdles quickly being jumped. And a smoke on. They can get on the stick. Mopaz has health, but he doesn't have the kit, so a 10-second defuse required of him. Bullets spraying around, but Alex providing oversight. Mopaz just gonna try and keep this bomb on its way, and it's working beautifully. Knife doesn't come out in time, and Alex even collects Blitz on the last. A pistol round snatch from the jaws of defeat, straight into a dub for the Gentlemates.
4v2, man, what a retake. This is how it all starts off. The instant entries, everyone clearing out their corners and nailing the setup from Gentlemates, and the Mongols in that 4v2 can't quite close it. The smoke spam goes missing. The 10-second defuse goes off. Maybe some frustrating factor there. Maybe a statement start. Finally a pistol for Gentlemates, and in the most unlikely of fashions. Just be the spark that ignites them. They're gonna have to keep it up here. All in play on the aggro, and Sossel deals the damage here with the FAMAS. 2 kills. Quickly out of Palace. The rest left up to the rest of Gentlemates here as they try and move through the smokes. Everyone collapsing in, and it is perfection. Davi G, Martinez, and Alex all getting involved. Everyone going for the swings. And they're letting them know.
Little made magic there to get the engine going. They're certainly going to need it. We saw them get quiet towards the end of Inferno. Hard not to be when you're not having a whole lot of success, would be the words I was trying to form there. But quick start here off of the pistols. Does a good way to getting the good feelings going once more. The good vibes. The energy on deck. Martinez looking to fly up mid. And he's going to do that. And there's no one here. Just a blitz. Held at bay for the moment. As the bulk of the Mongols' presence is in the apartments to start. That's a nice find. The Senzu Deagle dangerous. It's also gone. Means somebody's going to have to shift back to keep eyes on A.
Doesn't seem like they're massively concerned about it either. Just a smoke in towards Palace. A shift up in the mindset. What's interesting here is they're gearing up for what little utility they have here. The bomb being spotted towards A. You think, no, the rotates are going to come through. This is such a bizarre round here. Now you're going to try and link up, but there's a player in between. Martinez, ready with the cutoff, going to drop the bomb. And that's a problem. You might have the B bomb site, but you need the package. Starting to realize this here. Everyone's spreading out. Mapas can handle the pistols on this B side of the map. Just one more to take down. Mazinho can't find it. And Senzu might be able to catch it by surprise. Just a Glock in play. Doesn't take down Davi G. A little bit of extra damage before he'll fall. The mate's on to 3.
Too tempting to grab that gun. It's like putting the cookies on the top shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Up to grab them, jar falls on your head.
Oh. Hopefully it's a nice plastic case of cookies.
Just a nice bouncer. Full ceramic jar.
Not one of those old school CFs.
Yeah. You want cookies? How about a concussion?
Yeah. Gotta wear a helmet next time.
Senzu did bring a helmet into this round, so trying to keep his noggin a little bit more protected. Davi still wants to try and rip it off of his shoulders. Martinez is sticking around a long time on this underpass peak. He's going to back away. Wisely before the smokes fade and the chance to punish really comes to reality. Mongols are clearly expecting aggression in a lot of these rounds. You can tell the way they're holding back. They're just putting the presence in towards top mid. Now we see Blitz start to clear that underpass.
Was showing up for a split second, but as you said, you know, Martinez falling back just as smoke was going to fade away. Don't stick around for forever. Right now, setting up for aggression in towards A main. Flash being heard, the footsteps also being called out. The Mongols starting to get a picture as to where this defense is set up, and Senzu has got a challenge here ahead of him. A duo of defenders here left and right, but dealt by the first punch here by Davi. Now the rest have to pick it out of Palace, walking into the MP9 and can't quite find the kills necessary. Finally, Techno and 910 crack through. We're running a little bit low on time here. Alex going to be flushed out by the molly, but still dealing with the problems, burning in the flames, barely kicking. And Techno in a clutch, a 1v2. One that's workable. He's got to figure out a way out of this position, and he can't escape Martinez's scope. It's going to be Gentlemates soaring to 4 here.
Had the right idea. Just the slight wrong position on that crosshair. What's that look from Senzu? Enjoying maybe some of the outbursts coming through from the other side. Mongols now no longer a team that really gets rattled by their opponents getting rowdy. That was the storyline in some of their initial forays into this tier of play, but maybe Senzu's just trying to learn some Spanish. What meaning? Vamos.
Oh,
fighting it.
There, Alex already able to open things up, and a trade could have came through there, but Senzu's out through the smoke. This time, speeding up on the A side. The entries are all found, and the Mongols finally get what they're after. Some early space, taking initiative. No HE, not going deep enough to blow open that smoke, so Martinez can't get a sight line, and these are the sort of positions you expect save calls to come through. Martinez, no more aggression, but very aware. There's lurking pieces already involved. Senzu gonna fall. And Mapas just have a kit. Only one play to deal with. Oh boy. You have anything to go off of here? Smoke on top of that bomb. He's got to evade some shots, and Techno sticking around, making sure that this round will not go away of the mates.
It was a nice idea. It was a nice idea for the last second defuse, but Techno too aware. A very short set of hands here, and it's all smiles because he knows they're not sneaking that one past him. It's a nice way to get on the board for the Mongols. We've seen this consistent mid-aggression coming through from the Gentlemates, and this time it cost them. This time they wind up on the other end of it.
Able to do two things good there as well for the Mongols. Fighting for mid control and actually trading back that aggression, while then getting 3 players out towards A and catching the weak side of the defense. So that is a great reaction after a couple of frustrating early losses. This time resources spent. Opening pick towards middle. A huge swing out of Mazinho to continue the conversation here. And another round where they start with a couple opening duels here. Sawzelt back turned. Okay, gets it back in time.
Could have been very dangerous. Still is very dangerous because there's no one on B. There's no one on B, and the Mongols are setting up for an execute, and this is not what you're going to want if you're the Gentlemates. Hearing this come through, hearing the nades sail over, hearing the bomb get planted, the Gentlemates probably just going to try and save this one out. Don't have the positioning. Don't really have the weaponry for this, and there's a high prize with that AWP that can be saved into the next. So the Mongols will stack rounds. Close that gap to just 2. And it is kind of the expectation, right? The money comes out. We start to see what the Mongols want to do. They've got the utility to set up the plays to their perfection, to their liking. And the Mongols put some rifle rounds on the board.
Yeah, it's back-to-back rounds here where Senzu shows what he can do best as well. fighting towards middle, getting those openings. This time, not having to expend too many resources.
So how do you get active here if you're the Gentlemates? You've been rebuffed on that middle aggression. Senzu's a real problem. Where do you shift up the focus? Where would you go for the push here, Cole?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did it right there, in theory, right? Martinez has a very, 1v1 duel in Palace. Just couldn't quite land the shot on the wide swing from Mazzino. That's a nice position from him, but I think that's the right idea in theory. You want to push on the extremities. If you're watching the Mongols, though, limit the resources. If Senzu is walking out middle alone like he did in that last round, it can also be something to note that you can fight him individually. Try and take the duel early on and send 3 players at the problem. That does put a lot of pressure on your anchors, though, because as we're seeing out of Mongols, when they feel that aggression towards middle, they're then executing on the extremities. They're moving out towards A. They're, in this round, moving out towards B, but that's how they've been able to win these last couple of rounds, is by reacting quickly to the defense and where Gentlemates are stacking their resources.
Well, this may have been some of what DeLange was talking about. Trying to move the pieces around here. Coach of the Gentlemates.
Gonna try a quicker approach towards this A side. They've got a lot of utility ready to go here. Everyone lining it up. No pressure towards middle early on. There is some quick rotates that can be provided. We'll see what Mappas can do on the whole. Flashes go out there. Mappas not caught by the flashes, though. He can still strike. He's going to have a tough time getting out of this position in a 1-for-1 trade, as the retake setup going to have to go through here from the Gentlemates.
Bomb adjusting. Techno hearing those bullets whiz through thinks, maybe we'll play this one a little bit safer, and it's a good adjustment indeed. Utility damage not quite going to find home here, and Martinez now starts to open up some possibilities. That will lead to an adjustment. They're moving more players to come through from CT. Multiple bodies stacked on top. Techno going to be the first one to receive them. Senzu to quickly play off of it, but it's 9-10 peeking out with that AWP. Now the bout player activates. Tries to make the move. Senzu finding, collecting, time getting to be low. And Techno tripwire at the right moment, but bomb's no longer planted for these ramp players. They're sticking the defuse. Is there time? Yes. No? Oh!
Oh my god, just about right there. That was the difficult decision. Do they want to plant the bomb safely and secure it? Risk the smoke spam that could come through? Or are they going to take that fight head on? And you can see the problem right there of having to panic to try and recover as the bomb wasn't planted for them. A really frustrating decision that they had to make the call of midway through that round. And the post plant just becomes that much more difficult. Huge recovery for Gentlemates. Needed that one. 5 locked in despite the early 4v4. Senzu back up to his antics. In towards middle. Martinez up there to match him.
This is the guy we want to see take over, right? He was the guy who's the difference maker against Vitality. If the Gentlemates are going to do it, they need that star power. Salsa won't be bringing his. Another massive impact player in that Vitality series in particular. For this round, he has to watch from the back bench. See what his teammates can do instead. Bomb collected here by 9-10. Looks to link up with his comrades in the apartments. There's a lot of control actually on towards A, and as Mazzino starts to test this, he's not really seeing anything in response to Palace. We've just got Mopaz, who's in a very tricky spot, to be fair.
I mean, this should be called over.
He's going to hear the footsteps.
Yeah, he started to hit the shift key. Walking it out here. A silent approach. The bomb is also executing in towards B. They're calling the east side
This is a fake.
a little bit weak, but yeah, this is going to be a fake. Trying to feel the pressure. Techno drawing out the attention, at least confirming some of the suspicions, but now they realize it's a fake.
Blitz is the big risk now. Does he know? Oh boy, has to go Palace, but Mopaz has a chance to just win this round right here and now, and that's exactly what's going to happen. 20 seconds. They have to scramble to try and get their hands back on this C4. They've taken the site, but what does that matter if you don't have the bomb? Through the flames, into death goes Mazzino, and this one's a non-starter. Mongols playing fast and loose with that bomb control, and now there may be no survivors. Senzu zoned out, stuck in a corner, watching time slip off this clock, does not want to go. Without the loss bonus, only 450 to his name. I believe he's made it through.
Yeah, he's all good. I mean, that's that's a very frustrating round for the Mongols.
That's just a huge oversight. You wonder if that's... There's some sort of communication breakdown. The question is it just that nobody thought to clear ramp? They got overconfident in what they had? Or was it not communicated that both players went through Palace and they're routing in towards A?
Yeah, I think at some point, though, in your mind right there, you're up connector, you're not feeling any resistance there. You're through Palace, you're clearing out the A side, you don't see anything CT. So in Mongol's eyes, that should be pretty clear that in a 4v4, you shouldn't really stack over.
This is the Mopaz effect, though, right? Mopaz is a player throughout his career has been such an expert at getting into the spot you least expect him. That's what you deal with when you deal with Mopaz, is he's going to find just a little crack in the setup. He's going to find that spacing. He's going to take it. He's going to be somewhere unexpected. You have to be prepared for that when Mopaz is on the server.
Not quite ready. Mongols calling a timeout there. I'm sure to discuss some of those oversights, some of those details being missed. So.
It's been the veterans so far, Mopaz and Alex, both having phenomenal maps of Counter-Strike, and now it's Martinez who gets into the action. Up, out, in towards middle, straight up fight with Blitz, and Blitz is gone. 9-10. Inching forward, still wants this fight, still wants these angles, and Techno's coming into support, but they are giving no quarter, and that leaves Alex with opportunities.
Oh man, this one falling apart for the Mongols here, piece by piece. Getting diced up, Techno gonna be the next. Walks right through the smoke into the open arms. Senzu left last man standing. And being watched inside of the Palace. Still able to provide some fight here, down to 11 health. Feels like he knows his days are numbered.
You're not going to save this AK again, surely.
I don't think so.
There's so much time still on this clock for them to hunt. They don't know they have bomb, is maybe the one thing that's still a bit of a joker in this deck. But Senzu, of course, is not aware of that.
Nicely tucked in towards the cubby. That information will continue to be denied. I don't know if Senzu's going to ever turn the corner here. He's hoping for some re-aggression. He's hoping for some mistakes that just won't be afforded.
It's now 2 rounds where he's had to save this AK.
This one a lot more bleak than the last here. You can see a vision behind what they had 2 rounds prior, but this last one, you know, Blitz has the middle spawn, so he's given the op to try and take the fight early. Martinez beats him to the punch.
Just noticed the name on the AK. It's the Skibbity Rizzy Plagizzy.
Wow. Wow. With 4 iBuyPower hollows. Named it that? How much are those stickers worth? Like
that I don't know. But I'd imagine he was a big fan of the Inglorious Zoomers skit.
Yeah?
Coming on through with a gun named that.
Yeah, I think he was a big fan of that one.
I'm still waiting on a translation guide, a vocabulary guide from that skit. It's like a new language.
I mean, I can help if you need it.
You are my translator. So Ohio, tell me about Ohio.
You know, Ohio, it's a place, but more of an idea.
Okay.
Just a concept of cringe. Like we might have been Ohio casting yesterday.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I hear. I understand. Well, that feels like driving through Ohio on a road trip.
Yeah, that's not fun either. The clouds get a little gloomy.
Alex, looking to bring some gloom the way of the Mongols, but they're just on the other side of this with double peaks. Alex, this is such a huge risk. There's no flashbang right now to set up these Mongols players, so let's see. Can Alex just win it? He does indeed. Peeks right in, snatches a kill, dances away. The confidence on this man right now. And with the kill on Senzu as well, you're a little bolder about braving middle, because he's usually the man punishing you for the boxes. Now, we're going to get an A exec. We're going to get smokes thrown over. There is another player in the underpass. Maybe Techno catches one off guard. And as Blitz finds some entries, pressure on Martinez cannot escape the Mac 10. Ooh. So this defense has fallen apart. They deal with Techno, though. And Mazzinho goes hunting, bringing that up to bear in towards spawn. It's certainly Ohio for the Gentlemates in this one. It might be Ohio over.
A good buyout in this round. Gonna give it up. Gonna call the save here. And Alex, despite the crazy initiative that we're seeing, man, 14-3 right now. He's dominating in the server. Having so much success dealing with these early fights towards middle. taking the front approach here for his squad. It's that A execute again. It's that reaction that the Mongols have been the best at. When they feel the pressure being tossed at the middle, they then react. They then get the execute off on the extremity, and that's been their bread and butter here, saving them in these rounds. Even when Senzu goes down, able to get bailed out by the success of this A play. I think just good utility on this execute again. It's a theme right now of the Mongols, but flushing Saucel out of that position that can usually be at least security for a 1-for-1, maybe more. Maybe it's an angle that you overlook, and then it allows for Martinez's op to then thrive. Is instead dealt with early. Martinez gets shaken, doesn't want to commit, and will also fall. So, I mean, that theme seems to be a theme right now, and that's a really good sign for the Mongols. But despite the difficulties, they're giving themselves leverage here with the utility usage.
Just a couple rounds left. Ooh, trying to bait out that shot. Not quite a trigger pull, but now the op is very committed, and Martinez under pressure from the flashbang. They're trying to bring utility to bear. They've seen him, and they're chasing him out into the middle presence. Everybody's here. Martinez tucked into the corner, man. Run down. There is no escape, and now this pinch comes through. They know where these players are. Flash is making it uncomfortable, making it awkward, but Davigi run down, and Blitz will not slow. Living up to that name. It's all Mopaz now. 1 versus 3. They've slipped away from him, the bomb transferring over towards A, and this time, no threat in by the ramp to stop it. So Mopaz is taking the long way round, taking his time on a journey to get back in. Might just be saving this. There's not much money to build around into this final round of play. Davig's going to have to build into the piggy bank. He's got a little bit socked away for a rainy day, and this may be that rainy day.
He's going to have to sponsor next round there. Davig.
They'll put his name on the jersey?
Yeah. If they win it, might be able to hang up the banner high. Splits might take this last gun out of their hands. That's a tough loss. Not walking away with anything here in the round. So now you're going to have to really dig deep here. You're going to have to spread that wealth.
It's been a quieter map of play than we're used to seeing from Blitz, and now he explodes at a critical moment. What a play through smoke. Quintessential Blitz coming on through, and they just were not prepared for how much presence there was in that middle fight.
Yeah, I thought he was going to miss his moment there as well, but he does take the push through the smoke and takes charge and changes the tides of that round completely. Fantastic look there. Making sure to capitalize on the opportunity. Senzu blinded up by the flashes, taking a fight versus the op, and Martinez sideline. At least also able to trade. What an electric shot right there. It's also getting out of dodge, staying alive. Easton HE on the fadeaway. That is a well-placed bit of damage right there. And now the re-aggression continues here in towards A main. Techno calling it out, giving his teammates a better picture of how this defense is structured.
Ooh, Techno. Sendiri chases them back. Blitz still on this line, but not expecting Davig to be on the wide angle. There's still a ton of utility to make this happen, though, Cole.
9-10 catching a sightline right there. The player tucked in towards back default here. They have to wait that smoke fade out, and the flank is coming through fast here. 9-10 breaks in new ground here towards the A site, but they have to beat them to the punch.
Mopaz is getting closer. Davig, that kill might just stall them out that little bit. Saucel finds it. It's all on to Techno now, and the snare is closing around him. Still no idea that Mopaz is coming here by the ramp. There's the execution. It's not Mopaz to find the kill, but the 5-7 indeed. 8-4. The mates still have fight in them. Some cause for celebration there for the Gentle Mates. Some cause for excitement indeed. 8 rounds out of the first half. They're matching the 8 in their title. They are gently making a map of this on Mirage.
Not so gently here. If you ask Alex.
That might have to do with the little keyboard sound we saw earlier. Blitz got a sticky key somewhere.
So you got to get rid of those sticky keys. That's crucial. Don't want to be tabbing out on accident.
Just give your keyboard a nice soak in the tub.
Oh, okay. That's the sure-all fix right there.
Everyone knows electronics love water.
It helps the buttons go down easier.
Water conducts electricity. It all makes sense. When you think about it.
All checks out.
Alex has a smoke and a Molotov. Are these going to get deployed? There's that smoke. Here comes that molly. Pressure on to find the space. Mazinho under the balcony, tapping away with the dualies, chewing them up bit by bit, and there is nothing. No inroads. Entry denied.
Yeah, that one quickly dealt with right there. The Mongols not letting anyone pass. Utility maybe just not quite there, and everyone's so focused on the dual Berettas. 9-10 just shooting them from the side. Mazinho still able to find himself a multi. And they coast through the pistol with ease. We get a TAC-9 force buy, though, back from Gentamates, which can allow for this Mongols squad to scale back quickly into this scoreline. Going all in on this purchase. Mongols not showing too much respect, getting stuck in. Forward positions on B. But a very passive mid defense here could leave them vulnerable. They're flying up connector, already being dealt with by the early presence of Mazinho, and held together by Senzu as well. Not a lot of ground given again. A complete shutdown of the force. Finally a kill from Martinez, but just one. That's all he'll be limited to.
Little slaps around. Not even getting up for the slaps. Mara, just cool, calm, collected. The seated slaps. Knows what he needs. He's a team that sometimes has an interesting approach. Finger tap for blitz. Just a little finger tap.
Just a finger tap. Some people like to give you big slaps there for the blood pumping into your hands.
Not this squad.
Some a little bit more gentle.
Mates. Need to tack up. There's that ferocious utility damage that we came to know the Mongols for on Inferno. Mirage, obviously a different beast with regards to that, but they still find theirs off the HEs. They love the HEs.
They do like their HEs right now.
I respect it.
I mean, it has to be a tendency that they're looking to pick up here in this matchup because of how early Gentlemates are pushing on this control. If you're going to fight up Banana 12 rounds in a row, we're going to throw HEs at you 12 rounds in a row. And I guess if all things are considered, Apartments is kind of the Banana of Mirage.
That's a good point. Blitz is the headshot of this round. And he just continues to rack up kills with that MP9. Now low, time to back away. Wisely disciplined. Escape from what many are calling the Banana of Mirage.
People are saying this. Now they give them MP9 over to Techno. They'll get that boost eventually. And now it's Techno's turn to farm some cash here. Do have to evade the deagle shots that are sent back his way and the flashbang that lands at his face.
I mean, this one's a non-starter. Everybody's here. 4 players on. Nothing doing. Senzu to come in as the cleanup crew. So money made. Players kept intact. Bank building. Everything's coming up roses for the Mongols right now.
Yeah, so far given over a single kill, I believe, in this this half. Over to the Gentlemates. Other than that, it's been flawless rounds on the pistol, and on this last one means their money's going to stack up here early, and that's going to give them a firm foundation to sit upon. 9-10 is up. Not all that active in the last half, but looking to be so in this one. Flying out towards middle and back into the smoke, but there's that HE damage on the money again. Taking 2 players down to half.
Ouch.
Silent crawl up catwalk though, and now they're speeding it up. This is a huge oversight. HE is going to come through in time. He does see one, but they're already flying by. Flashbang in for Blitz. He tries to do it all. He needs to line up the spray transfer, and that's a tricky task here. Senzu next to bat. More reinforcements arriving on the scene, and right on the edge of that smoke, Senzu strikes for one in a second as well. Puts it into the 1v1 around the smoke. Mazinho comes through as the hero.
What a round from Senzu. What a kill into the second, dropping the bomb as well, which even if that had become a sustained 1v1 would put MoPause into such a tough position there. Great work coming through from the young star. And now it's another attack coming on in. Is it Blitz's keyboard? His headset's still on this time.
Oh,
It's over on the Gentlemate side. Little coach audio. Chord check here. That's plugged in. That's plugged in. Okay. Yep.
Testing 1 2.
Chords twisted. Tangled. Audio. How does it work? Thumbs up. That's a good sign. We like a thumbs up here. And some typing going on. Martinez looking over with a little bit of typing. Might need a chat check here. Find out what's being said.
A little bit of goofs and gaffs here in the server.
Perhaps.
He's having a good old time. Yeah, they're all chatting it up right now. Tech pause will expire. Smiles will turn into serious faces here. Nothing but business. As gentlemates, they need to survive this map of Mirage.
All right, here's the chat report coming through, courtesy of J&Z. Keyboard doesn't working. EBAT, someone hacking. DDoS, maybe DDoS keyboard.
Oh, DDoSing the keyboard.
And then that was the keyboard. Now coach can't hear us. Blitz says because your coach is yelling too much. Much to think about. He's blown out his own headphones with too much chirping.
Chirping here. See if it continues.
All good friends. All friendly bands.
Some jolly good times.
Here might come the A play. Player up into window, and MoPause. This is the danger element. This is the Joker. And MoPause has brought it through to the tune of 1, but if he wants to get his hands on that rifle, that is too dangerous. Senzu clears it out. Takes care of that position post-haste before these smokes fade and before the hit comes through.
What are they waiting for here? You have to wonder. There's another player on the seal. I believe could spoil this round, but finally a little bit of patience on display from Gentlemates, trying to cause upsets in the rotations here.
They're going to explode, but they got nothing to block sightlines. This is a nightmare. Trying to take A without smokes. Good luck on that one. 9-10 on the other side. Continues to pick them apart. Flicking around with that AWP. He's so quick on the scope.
Oh my
God. And there is nowhere you can hide.
Exploding on in that round right there. 9-10. Able to take full charge in this complete collapse on that attack. All different angles. Every fight he takes, a clean connection. Looked like he was going to be in a panic. But look at the precision on these flicks. Look at that southbound flick right there on the Sozzle. Then the headshot angle. Davi knocked out.
I just love the player cam on that. He barely flinches. He's being run down by Tech9s. His teammates are dead. He's all alone. He's just... You'd think he was on a walk in the park. Blitz bringing in that secondary AWP to great effect early on. Martinez is gone. Now we can adjust it towards apartments. This is once again beautifully for the Mongols.
Wow.
Some heat to the kitchen. Cooking oil spill.
Oh, he's going to go for more.
And now Blitz. Inching onto the angle. Spots the player in underpass. Has to be wary not to get punished by MoPause here.
He's sticking around. He should be wide swung here. Surely finished off. Yes. Absolutely, the overlooked angle. Mup was able to catch him by surprise, and now it's going to speed up the Gentlemates. This opportunity to strike ahead of them is now taken down by Techno. So much damage done here. Senzu set up for success. And he's going to finish off some of these low HP bars. Davi left last man standing and jumping out of the window to no avail. The Mongols taking 10 now.
6 in a row to start this half of play. And the troubles for the mates brewing. That was a nice play. Gain some altitude, peer over the smoke. Don't even need the smoke pop, really. Bring the kill on through. Timeout taken. Much to discuss because they are running out of options here. Do you force buy? Yes, Mopaz says. Don't want to play for the one good gun round. Want to give yourself some more opportunities. So it seems like we're going to bring firepower into this.
It's a scary position as well, right? We talked a little bit about the lack of utility to break down some of the sight lines that 9-10 is able to get away with. And when that takes place, he's going to feast. He's going to have himself a good old time. So I think it might be a hero AK. Around the rest, half buying.
Utility damage check-in. Reminder that Gentlemates have played their entire CT side at this point. Senzu 120, Techno 196, Blitz 112, Mazinho 50, 910 32. Highest on Gentlemates, 45 on DaVG. That is just the difference in the nade utilization between these two squads. The Mongols so good at the punishing damage. Util and Blitz again peers over the smoke. Gets even closer this time, riding the rail and doing tricks on it like he's Tony Hawk.
That's impressive stuff right there. Continuing to fight for middle control. That's the rifle that Mop was invested. Drop down is recovered. Doesn't feel like there's a lot of safety. Saucel trying to find the fire extinguisher in that kitchen. There's another smoke toss in that jump spotting design deep to make sure that there's no sneaky business. We'll see if Saucel can play around the edge of that smoke, but he's spotted. He's seen. Some wall bangs could flush him out of the corner here. They are doing some damage. Blitz taking some back in return. It's also somehow gets out of dodge. Now, the attention up catwalk and the execution out of Alex is good. He finds two with the AK. Senzu jumps through the window trying to be the hero. Can he find it? Oh, he can find two. Makes it possible.
Makes it possible indeed. Good job of baiting that one player in apps. And now a gap found. Saucel continuing to have impact. It falls to Mazinho. We know he's capable, more than capable of this. Trying to slip under the apartments. Keeps Saucel's sightlines limited as he tries to hunt up DaVG. Inching closer. Has the kit. No utility to block this. But he's found the backstab. Oh, clears the wrong way first. DaVG's not looking. Now he knows. Now he knows exactly where this is coming from. Gonna tap the bomb. Try and force out at the peak from Saucel. And if he just sticks it, Saucel's so low on health. He's gonna snatch this away. Stolen. And the kill to boot.
Couldn't ask for a better one in the clutch right there for Mazinho. Able to ice it out. Ripping the round away. Walking up silently. And just when Gentlemates think they have a stride on in to this T side, Mazinho comes through at just the right time. Sticks the defuse. And Saucel just showing up a little too late. That low health there costing him, creating hesitation.
He did create so much space out of apartments. I want to give him credit for that round. It doesn't work. But I do think that was a good bit of play. That's a great start for Martinez. Up, out, blitz, punish. You keep wanting to go for this apartment's aggression. You keep wanting to go to take this space, to poke, to prod. Well, now you're going to pay the price.
Having it up there. An easy way to punish. Sending that op in. Martinez sidelining first. More damage done. HE on the money. Gonna queue up for a little bit of misdirection. Finally some relief here. Gentlemates have a 4v5, but it doesn't last too long. Mop is finished off, and it's gonna come down to Techno on the hold. How much can he find out of this position? Striking first here. Trades could come through, but the molly gonna force him through the flames here. Saucel takes the initiative.
Seniors further along than they might expect, though. Now they know. Now they realize. Teammates looking to support, but Saucel again to clear space for that bomb to get planted. First comrades to link up. Alex now on the peak. Dancing around. Bench spotted. Senzu doesn't realize in time, and that gives Saucel a window. And now 9-10 wants to back away. Talked about what he was able to achieve in the last, but he takes it that step further here. Saucel again finding impact when it matters. And that will finally get the Gentlemates their first round of this T-side.
Yeah, huge relief there. I mean, it comes out of the hands of Saucel as well, as you said. Martinez with the opening pick, but Saucel with the closing 3 kills in tricky fashion. Chasing that down, if Techno is successful on getting that molly off and finding that follow-up kill, I think we're looking at a different story of a round. That's then a reposition from Techno that he can get away with. He could switch up his positioning. It's going to set in so much hesitation in the attack there. But instead, Saucel takes initiative. Has to be the one that can save that round, as the Opera was close by to try and find the trade. And Frustration out of the Mongols, but only a single round let slip is a good track record. When you save the op as well, still a lot of value being brought into this round. Waiting for that molly just a second there. Again, you can see all of their utility. It feels like it has value behind it. Flashes in towards connected. They're already up catwalk here. Techno overwhelmed. This is the B site cracked open with two. Davi sliding through the smoke. And all in a flash. Gentlemates need one round to unleash the beast that is this squad. Davi falling, dealing with the Yop as well. And Zinho has to just save the AWP and get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, now this is a different ballgame on the save. It's not just about diligence, discipline. It's about keeping something going for the next. Such a good job of limiting their options, but crossing Martinez means no op will be brought through. We got a different map now here, Cole. It's looking like we might just completely lose the Gentlemates out of the ESL Pro League without a fight now. Now they find their footing.
Throughout these timeouts, throughout all of the frustrating round losses, it still feels like Gentlemates were mentally in this game. They weren't conceding, but here's a pretty big investment here, an interesting one. 9-10 on the hero op. They also have a rifle in play. Looking for the individuals to rise, and this time the op is sent in as opposed to just a rifle to deal with this apps control, and he's on the money with this positioning. Spotted though. Oh, and he can't escape.
That was the big punch in this round. Blitz is thinking, is there any way I can get my hands back on this gun? Trying to. Desperately, but he will not be allowed the opportunity. Senzu up the underpass might be their last chance to impact this round. Bombs crossed. They're working their way in towards market as well. Mazinho waits here. Techno's barely flinching. Move on into their aid.
Yeah, I think he and Zinho are going to look to try and do as much exit damage as possible. Senzu going to try and save this op. And
what they're doing is they're moving Techno around to actually get the gun that Senzu's dropped to pick up this AWP. I think that's the last element here for the Mongols. So Senzu, this kill could be huge. He does, in fact, have it. And now they'll pick up the extra rifle.
Make things interesting here. This is going to be a challenge to run away from. Have to run through the smoke flashes as well. How much can Mazinho get? Nothing. A flying saucer is going to provide the security through CT. The two guns that were always going to be saved are held on to.
Watch out for those flying saucers. Make crop circles. Yeah. Well, we've identified him here. And what we've identified is that it's all to play for with 11 all on the board. Frustration there for 9-10.
Yeah, that's one of those feelings right there where you know you're in the right position to make the play. You have the gun to make the play. It just comes up short. Because he could have been the difference maker to secure series point for his squad. Instead, gonna have to run it back here at 11s, going the distance.
This one's a pretty dang good buy, though, for the Mongols, right? They've got pretty much all of the utility that they could want. They have the AWP. They have a couple of kits as well. There's still a MAC-10 for Alex. The lack of head armor on 3 Mongols players maybe could improve the effectiveness of that MAC-10. And it looks like, at least initially, they want to bring it back towards apartments. Had a lot of success punishing the aggression here. I think they're going to do it again.
Feels like Martinez is up again into position. Big challenge onto Techno holding off this B side because it's been tested time and time again. They get some of that utility out. And Techno going to start to aggress forward here. That is a deep molly, deep smoke combo. And a little bit of patience going to have to be put on display for Gentlemates. No map control elsewhere taken on the map, so this is going to come down to Techno and what he can bring to the table right now. He's just used his smoke, he's used his molly already. No block utility to take advantage of this small choke point. And Techno spots him out early.
Spray down there. Techno succeeds on the first. Now the Techno Blitz combo holding strong. It was a nightmare on B on Inferno. It's coming back to haunt them, but Mopaz will knock down these 2 defenders. They want to move that bomb on out. Senzu's playing ahead of it. Senzu delivers. Looking for more damage. Trying to catch Martinez here. Among the windows, among the smokes. Martinez drops down. Needs that kill and has it. Bomb can now cross, but no, it's falling just to that bomb. 25 seconds, Saucel dances out into the clutch. 9-10 on the line, pistol out. 9-10 fights, and the USP is enough.
Has to use the sidearm there. I think he thought he was lower than he actually was. Had half his HP, but the headshot connection, no matter. 9-10. Missed out on a big chance with that op play. Just a round to go. Comes up clutch in the 1v1 and puts TheMongolz on top.
Whichever way this has ended, this has turned into an absolute thrill ride of a Mirage. But now, for the Gentle Mates, despite all the good they've done here at the ESL Pro League, it could end right here, right now. One round, all to play for.
Gearing up for that intensity. A timeout called, the last one, used for the last round. Will it be their last round here at Pro League, or will they be able to extend play, take it into overtime? Pressure rising for a team that caused so much commotion.
Another utility damage check. Techno is up to 263 utility damage, so he's dropping the HEs.
You got the double
Great
op
effect.
rolling out here for the last round. Flashed up for Martinez, but Blitz does mount on up. Gets himself in an early position towards Cat. They hear the pressure, the walk through the underpass. So where they've been able to toss in that good utility.
Senzu committing into the setup. Now his offer backs away, so he's left out in the open, looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Senzu gone. If there was going to be a start to this, this would be the way you needed it for the Gentle Mates. And she dodged. Saucel trying to chase up Techno. They've shown face in the apartments once again. This has been the battle line that's been drawn so often in this map. And while the bomb's not with them, it does seem like the Gentle Mates want to bring it there again. Resmoke picked up in towards spawn. Thrown to the window.
They're leaving B.
They're going to hit B.
They're gambling that this is going to A-side play here on the side of the Mongols. Meanwhile, they leave Blitz all alone on an island. He doesn't realize what's around the corner. A deadly trio of players already out the window. Blitz has to do it all with the op and can't find the first piece here. They'll slide up catwalk without resistance. You got to go for it here, but a 3v4 retake without market control.
That's a massive find, though. That's a massive find. Davi right on the shells, looking to stalk them with the skulls of the Mongols. Can't quite check them out. No scan. And now this player up catwalk, Mazinho can make space for his teammates to get through. They're not aware. They're not hearing this. Mopaw stuck by the E-box, trying to dodge flashbangs. Down, done, dusted. It's all Saucel. The impact man himself, tucked in by the van. The bomb to play off of. A kit on 9-10. And here comes that first tap. When does Saucel peak? Does Saucel peak? Extermination onto 9-10. And the follow-up as well. We are going for more. The mates have done it.
Just when you think they're out right there, Saucel makes you believe again. The guy that won so many clutches in their opening day here in Stage 2 is able to save them by new time left in this season of Pro League for Gentle Mates. They will hang in there by a thread. Saucel saving the day. Just when you think it's over, Martinez knowing what let slip. A 4v3, a perfect chance to ice this game. Instead, it's still closed out. They'll still play on. The Mongols just kissed their chances in regulation goodbye. They have to do it the hard way now. Back to this underpass setup here that we saw shift up in the early stages here. This time a little bit more forward-facing, aggression towards the top and mid, coverage all over the map. And Senzu can surprise in this angle. They're waiting for this aggression though. Finally, Gentle Mates threading in a lot of patience in a round like this.
This is a new look. Martinez seems to be aware. Up and around the angle, finds the first shot, but they don't expect a second player. Techno still dealt with. An advantage, Mates. Madcap setup from the Mongols, trying to change up the look. I like the idea, but the execution here stands with the Spaniards. And now it seems like they want to group up finally for one of those A plays. Mongols were always wondering, when's it going to come? Something's got to change. When's it going to come? No. Apartments again and again and again to deliver us overtime.
Just leaves Mazinho tucked in. He's got coverage from connector, though. That smoke going to make it impossible for 910 to have sight line. Card clear on the Mazinho as well. He can't run away.
And now they know where 910 is. That last mystery piece, 910 working his way back from the catwalk. Wanted to get a rifle. But now,
oh my
his
God.
hands so that he can through the box. It's also still the element of surprise on his side.
Oh my God!
What is that? Head and hands for Saucel. As the spin for 910 saves the clutch.
That is unbelievable, man. A complete 180 in the round. It felt all but locked up. Saucel, who won the 1v2 to keep them alive, gets absolutely turned on by 910. That is so ridiculous.
Absurd. Absurd. To win that fight. Back turned. That one's going to haunt you if you're Saucel. But there's no time to dwell. You've got to move on. They're no strangers to playing back from a deficit. A miracle 180 there for 910.
So much good done to get them to this position. And as you said, Saucel missing that opportunity to seal it up. That's going to be the round that haunts you.
First kill
after the 1v2
box as well.
Nothing you could say about that for Martinez, yeah. Right back into the driver's seat. That timeout there, a short bit of relief before you get right back into the swing of things. Change-up pitch finally thrown out from Gentlemates, but right back into middle here. The op scope blinded. Blitz forced off. And they'll take that space and avoid the early damage taken. Here, the HE chases down Blitz, though. What a throw from Alex. The perfect toss on the money, and finally a taste of Mongol's own medicine.
But this man's still alive. Watching from within the connector. Looking for his next victim. Looking to find it. A little bit of patience being shown here from the Gentlemates. Not as quick into it. Knowing there's a lot of utility. They got to try and bleed out from that CT side. Sends you vision on the bricks, not checked. And so the equalizer found, and 910 close up. Can't find the first on the Mopause, and the wide angle cleared. Mopause familiar with that set, and as the collapse comes in on towards A, the resistance melts away.
They're going to pick up the op, not going to be able to use it. Martinez able to close it out with ease. And they strike back instantly off the back of a timeout. They settle the nerves. They show up in the opening here. The HE that gets sent Blitz's way to finish him off. He doesn't get to play the round. The equalizer found, but to set up the awareness from Mopos here to not only bypass the op, deal with that pressure, but then punish the rifler close by. That's a really frustrating round for 910.
It feels like such an important round as well for Saucel, where you've had that mistake in the 2v1 in the clutch, and now you can forget about it. Immediately solving that problem with a win. Davichi close up though. There's two players here. Stuck into the underpass. Noise made. 910 waiting. Never gonna flinch when he's hearing those audio cues. Orange Worm delivers the information he needs. Senzu deals with another in mid, and this one looking far from perfect for the Gentlemates, but Martinez might just claw it back.
Still the element of the unknown aggression. And through middle blitz. Stuck in the underpass, but I believe on scene. Saucel trying to lurk his way through. Palace has a chance to strike, but never really bounces on the opportunity. Instead, waiting for his teammates to get in position to strike, but that's a huge risk right now. That's Blitz threading the needle on the timing. His underpass aggression could catch the opera, could catch the rifler close by. One freebie, give it over. Back turn to Martinez, though. And a 3v2 is still a golden opportunity to take this A site, but instead uppercuts from Mazinho. Martinez left into a 1v3.
That distraction was enough. That's the bomb at least. Creeps into jungle. 35 seconds, there's a little bit of time to cook here. Molotov really thinking he's got a player painted in the corner, trying to flush that out. There's a path towards B. Nobody is checking this.
I think Techno just realized that that is an opening.
Yeah, comms came back. Hey, he's not committing onto the A play. And so Techno's just going to wait to hear that plant, one would imagine, and try and punish it. There will be no extra time, even if Techno just pulls him off and dies. That'll work. A kill, all the better. A lead for Mongols as we swap sides, but considering how that second half of play went, considering the first, the Gentlemates still with a prime fighting chance here, Cole.
Yeah, I like the position that they find themselves in. Had a chance to take two that they would have wished they capitalized on, but shake that off. Show some of that defensive success that they brought us in that first half. Locking Mongols out of the sights. There's been a couple answers for Mongols. Felt like largely off the hands of Sinzu being able to create space towards middle and those fast A plays that would come through as a reaction. Got 4 rounds in their T side. Now all they need is 2 more to close things off. They start their T side campaign with a timeout.
This music holds the right level of tension for me right now. I'm feeling it. Are you feeling it, Cole?
Feeling it.
I'm sure they're feeling it.
Oh,
I start
feeling that one.
That's a pressure reliever right now for Martinez.
But the flashes just times up the shot right there. A little bit of visual on the cross as the smoke was blooming. 4v5 to kick off your defensive side. What a sweet treat that is. See if they can carry it forward here. Sinzu holding on to that out for a split second. Not too interested in keeping it. Starting the campaign to try and fight back for this mid control, but it's not conceded. Gentlemate's not happy with the man advantage. They want to take it for more. They want to keep this ground out of the hands.
Slide into the scope. That aid. Perfectly placed. Blitz catches quite a bit of chip damage there. Senzu, though, looking to rumble the setup towards the bricks, and it's a apartments play at the same moment. So distracted here is Mopaz. Massive kill for Daviji to keep Mopaz's attention focused on the apartments. Now he can zero this on in. The kills come in. It's traded. Falls to Techno. 4K in the name. That's what it's going to need. Bomb down. Potential. 30 seconds to work with here, but he wants to fight before it. Knows that he's got Catwalk still clear, but is wary of that slip into apartments, and at this point it's coming to fruition. What he feared has come to pass. Alex is inching closer, and as he backs away into the angles, Alex will find the killing blow.
A lot of credit right there. Those players inside of Market, they're not giving over Techno any freebies. Crucial that they make the right call and wait for that flank to activate. Martinez giving them the gift of that opening duel, though, and Daviji just playing some smart Counter-Strike right there, trusting in the attention that his teammates are drawing. And the needle in that aggro. 9-10 looking to actually play this round, though.
Yeah, well, that does help if you get 9-10 to play the round. He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. Good in the late rounds as we've seen. But this is Alex again trying to show what he did in that first half, collapsing on middle and dealing with Sinzu once again, now happening in overtime. Alex right back into tip-top shape for his defensive success. And another 4v5. This time Sinzu doesn't get to play. Oh,
the walk-on out shatter advantage for Martinez means that this one's looking rough for the Mongols. Still got utility to go for an execute, but they're not going to have any mid-presence to go along with it. What seemed to be fully in control for them at one point in time here on Mirage, now anything but. They need a hero play. Saucel being left a little isolated on the site. Daviji to provide a little bit of overwatch. But the Stala util's not here. They're going to have to do it with their guns, and they've already crept out. Daniel lets it gain so much ground. Saucel spots the one. Can't react to the second, but Daviji certainly can. Now reinforcements on, all on Techno once more, and just too much to do. Map point for the Gentlemates. They want Ancient.
First chance to take it to a decider right here. And around 30, Gentlemate's able to collapse, hold it together. Another big statement start coming through, this time from Alex and his aggression up middle. And dealing with two key pieces, 9-10 and Sinzu knocked out early on this T side, not able to play these last couple. One more chance here for the Mongols to try and close things out. What do they have left in the tank? Already used their timeout. And the first round of play in the second half of OT. So it's right back into the swing of things here. They've tried their luck towards middle. They've been shut down. This time a little bit of more ground gain. As I say that, though, Alex is thinking about pushing the issue.
That backs away.
Oh, we're getting a large bit of information off the back of that drop. Here's the Mappa's reposition. Still a key piece of this round, though, as the sole player towards this B site.
They're going to link up and try and pressure B, one would imagine. Blitz needs to link up. He's got the bomb.
He's got to toss it up on Cat, I'd have to imagine, at some point.
You would think. That could be the piece that thwarts them if these smokes fade, but he's making his moves before they do. Incendiary, well-timed, 45 seconds. When do they get wise? 9-10. Shutters the eyes of Martinez. The first man who might have responded, but three players are here, and there's no time to spare. A rotate on from Saucel as well. This is the key piece. Mongols wiping away the players on site, but Alex and Mopaz hold strong. Mopaz dipping in for more. And the longer they wait, the closer Saucel gets. 20 seconds, no time to spare. They have to move. And 9-10 does exactly that, but eyes on the apartments, not yet. When do they figure it out? Now, Senzu spotted. And it falls to Saucel to be the hero.
Oh my god.
Dancing over the van. He's found the first headshot on, but the op closes. We are going for more.
Man, it would have been so fitting right there. Saucel with the 1v2 to get them into OT. Saucel with the 1v2 looking to take us to 3. Instead, 9-10 connects with another clutch of his own, saving Mongols in this map. And they will fight on for another overtime here. Not out of things just yet. Still a chance to seal it in 2 for the Mongols, but it doesn't look like there's any relief on their face. They know it's right back to the drawing board.
Still smiles. Maybe a little sweat under the collar, but it's all smiles on the server. As it seems like, once again, we're getting a little bit of a check of the coach's audio here. That round just too exciting.
At this point, you can't blame the shouts. The intensity here flaring up. That might have been a shout of despair there. So Gentlemates nearing a chance to seal it up. They had the stack. They had the 3 players set up. Can't break through. Xenia is still bringing that happy little chuckle, though. It's funny to see the different faces here.
Can't talk, but you can type. Actually, we have seen teams get in trouble for that. Typing too much.
Typing
Even
too
if it's
much?
just banter.
Yeah.
Technically, I don't know. It's kind of a gray area, right? Because you're not communicating with your team. You're communicating with everybody.
Yeah. Guess it's a little bit subjective there. Can you type?
Refs, let them chat.
A little bit.
A little type. You have a
I
word
don't think
limit.
they're giving any secrets over to the other team.
Yeah, guys, we're going to go wait.
Actually, you know what? That could be the hidden Alexi B strategy. And then you're setting yourself up for success.
What a brilliant map of Mirage this has turned into. And it's one that's been a problem for the Gentlemates of late. I know that they've just had a rougher go of it over these last few months, and finding their footing here now is a brilliant way to do it. Our personal Pro League overtime record, Cole, could you remind me of what that beautiful number was?
Is it 37-34?
That sounds right.
Yes. We're getting the nod yes.
That sounds right. A little
Stuff.
Fnatic M80 action back in the day.
We're on OT 2 here, so a little bit more to go.
A lot to go.
Hey, if Alex keeps playing like he is, you never know. And taking some fights up towards middle. I mean, I have to imagine that is probably a key detail of this CT side success right now. And something that you're oftentimes wondering if he can bring into the server time and time again. But right now he has the hot hand for the CT side. And he's taking it to the Mongols round in and round out, really. When you have someone in a key position like Connector playing as confident as Alex is right now, that can just immediately shore up some of the difficulties that you have on this map.
And this standoff between Alex and Blitz, a tale of two very high impact IGLs in terms of what they can do with the rifles. Martinez zoning out the apartments. Techno just on the other side of this. Might be thinking this is a little more clear off that Molotov, but enough time is gone.
One good flashbang.
They're going to multi-swing this. This could be tough. Smoke goes out. Well timed, but it's past Techno. So he slips right through. You're not fooling him. Here comes the B-exact. All pressure on the Martinez. First shot goes wide. Now overwhelmed. Dancing around the pillars goes Techno. And with Blitz in that kill in towards mid, they're getting shot out of this round.
That was just all in play right there. Martinez, it was pretty much do or die. And he didn't realize how close Techno was on the aggro. Now looking for more. Find anything extra. Also giving him the fights will fall as well. StaviG takes two. Oh my god, okay. And Zinho in a position to deal with the pressure. It's all good. They were giving him the path forward, but that will be shut out.
Put some doubts into their mind. Put some doubts into their minds. Not gonna happen here. And no gun save through for Mopaz. Shouldn't be a huge problem, but it does affect the opping. Certainly the double opping. At that.
They had, I mean, the closest rotate here for Martinez was in connector or window. That's a very scary play right there. He had to watch Cat and apartments, and there's a lot of fate that you can place into this opper, but that does feel like a little too tall of a task. Taking full advantage of the positioning. Started as a pretty decisive call in the last round towards B. Is going to transfer over towards the A side now. The smokes are already in. They're ready to spring into action here on the Saucel. Stuck to the backsides of default here, still avoiding any contact just yet. Striking first as well. TheMongolz helping out. But here's where the trades can start to get involved. And the bomb can start to get planted.
No one take it just yet, so they're going to take this space. This gives them something to fight from in the post, but Mopaz wants to wrench it from their grasp. Good flashbang. Blind as a bat is 9-10. And no echolocation to save him. Now the pinch comes back in. These two players need to defend. Mizinho wants to slip to a little bit of safe haven. Bomb's not planted for ramp once again. It's falling to Techno to keep them off of that C4. Comes the sidelines. Techno overwhelmed. Bullets through the box. Enough. And now they can get stuck on the tap. Mizinho, so many targets to find. And Alex with the swift trade means we are tied up once more. 16 all.
Every round they're coming down to the wire there. Every round a possible clutch. Being put into question. That 4v2 so recoverable, but can't link up on the positioning there between Mizinho and his teammate left there. There's that cheeky little smirk again.
Little smirk.
That's the sort of faces that we're seeing across the IO there, and
At least during the tech
pauses.
Yeah. I'll chuckle on that smirk. 9-10. He was jumping. He was jumping. That's all that saves the life of the player in con. Now they'll reroute towards A, bringing the bulk of his presence. Mongols look like they want to go quick on this one. Setting up for the util, setting up for the take. We saw up close.
Be able to handle this pressure. Utility not going to be sent his way, so it's just going to be his rifle that has to hold it together. A swing with conviction out of Senzu will offer up the opening. Martinez still on the scene, but how do you play with the op in this condensed location? So much panic, and he won't be able to get anything going out of that scope here. CT still a vulnerability. Alex is quick on the draw. There's so much more to this take here. And Techno on the lurk is going to deal with the pressure. Alex now fighting through the molly. Going to burn him forward instead of back here. Mopaz still able to stay alive, taking some damage to the utility. Spam not going to connect. Has to get the reload off. This 1v3, the positions start to stabilize. They're still giving him the fight. Mongols don't know how to let off the gas here, and Senzu going to offer up the finishing blow.
No mercy. Once Martinez gets isolated out of the site, it's just, you're absolutely right. Such a committed position with that AWP. It's such a nightmare spot to be in with the scope. And that setup thwarted. The faster A take catches Gentle Mates very much off guard. More wary about the mid presence now. A timeout taken. This is the one for the Gentle Mates, knowing that they may not have much more to work with.
So much to fight back into this thing here. They're going to need to show up with more of that T-side success.
I'm actually surprised Senzu doesn't go towards that secondary up. We've seen him break it out occasionally. Blitz was playing with it at times.
Yeah.
In that first half as well.
Yeah, it's been, I mean, kind of a luxury towards, he's been playing a lot towards middle, actually, with that op towards Cat. So it's been for better or for worse, sometimes getting caught in the setups that would, I think, require an actual primary opera to understand what you need to watch for your teammates to be safe. But sticking with the rifle here, I think, a bit more measured of an approach.
Time to heap some praise for Senzu, who's been consistently the hot hand. 34 kills. Next closest player in the server, sitting on 26. So been the big contributor here. 9-10, forced off by flashes, lets a player slip past. This is his shot. Zinho dead. This could get rough indeed. Molotov to make 9-10 uncomfortable. He's feeling the heat as he tries to deploy a flash. He is laid low. Bomb crosses, bomb planted. And with 5 players alive in the post, Blitz already sticking his feet in the flames, and the flames come to him. The fury of the mates will not be contained and explode on that smoke, and Techno turns it back the other way. Time the issue now, they need to get back onto this retake. Techno has the only kit somehow.
Oh my god.
It's also find safe haven. Those incendiaries, they just don't spread. There's a second, that one works. And Senzu puts a bullet through his dome. Martinez the answer. Down to the wire, this 2-on-2. Alex drops in. Want to keep them off that C4, want to keep them off that precious package. And as Techno wanders out the smoke, it's right to the crosshair. They're out of time, they're out of chances. Blitz, there's just no way. And so these two fracking IGLs will separate around the smoke, both dead to the bomb. As 17 takes hold.
And what a decisive victory right there from Gentlemates. All-out aggression. Don't allow for the Mongols to set up in the CT side. Caught off guard for both the A players there. 9-10 trying to escape the grasp. And Muzinho never had a chance. Statement onto that site. The intensity continues to rise here. Timeout from the Mongols. Wanted to hop into the CT side and get right on in to series point. Gentlemates have other ideas.
Mara with his words of wisdom. Gives a little bit of extra time to the launch as well. We saw him take the time out in the last. And now we go. All to play for. Ancient for the mates on the line. Survival for the Mongols. .910 blinded, stays alive at the very least, but he cannot find a clean blow. That was nearly a lineup. And Senzu through the smoke. Makes it a little bit spicier. Damage is done as well. Martinez and Alex both tagged up. They're running out of util to block these sightlines. If they're going to get the bomb down, they need to go now. And Blitz is getting closer on this flank.
Oh, Salsa also running away. Hits the shift key, though, just in time. They're clearing the flank, but he's overlooked. The false sense of security this can create. You can hear him right above him. And Salzel going to look to link up with his teammates. Should be dead to rights. He turns around. That's going to give up the game. And now it's panic stations in for the two players stuck in A ramp.
Blitz might be misreading this, though. He might have thought that Salsa wanted to link up with teammates who were already out towards mid, so he gives up the flank. There's a bit of a path out of this. Though, knife out makes me think he does, in fact, know. They seem to have lost track. You could tell how far back Mongols are playing from this to try and avoid any awkward surprises.
Oh, that shot? A little pre-fire there from Alex is going to confirm some of the suspicions, though. And now you actually see that Blitz is making a motion through connector. Smokes are down, utility on in.
Need to get this planted.
Got to play protection through CT, and that will be coming through at the scope of Martinez. 2v3, challenging retake. Some of that utility being tossed on, but there's a smoke for Palace, a position in which Martinez needs to have impact from. Not thrown in just yet. Still clear sight lines. Utility finally getting tossed.
Now they go. Now they go. Time forces their hand. They start to make the move on in, but no one revealed from the Gentlemates just yet. If they can pluck that diffuser, first shot doesn't land. Now a smoke to cover it off. 910 is stuck onto it, and that bomb is being snapped right under their nose. Map and match point again for the Mongols. Elimination on deck for Gentlemates.
Such a scrappy hold there as well. The trade's looking solid, but this play from Blitz, a huge difference maker, and the challenge of trying to deal with that Palace position still closed out on with the smoke defuse. Saving that smoke for the bomb. Such a value add. Chance to close right here, right now. Fast towards middle. Blitz seeing a little bit of visual with the secondary op, jumping around the corner into safety, but already fighting towards the bottom of connector, and Sinzu doesn't get a shot off this round here. Now Q's up Nzinho on the aggro, but this round is crumbling. It's falling to pieces here. The Mongols not ready to end things just yet, and Blitz locked out. Techno on a long rotate, has to pull through on another flank.
They're totally out of this play. They have to fight their way back in, and that's going to be a gift, but a gift that cannot be received. Return to sender, Saucel profiting. Blitz, how on earth do you get back through? Position known, health gone, an op against the world. And it seems like the Gentlemates need a little bit more time.
Just dealing with Sinzu and making some statements there. What a victory for Gentlemates. It is just the all-in play of the round. So explosive. Here we go.
Uh-oh, another one. Still, the coach's headset, something's being discussed. Some sort of conversation being had. Headset off for Alex. This one looks less like all smiles.
Yeah.
Might get an explainer for this.
Not as much typing in the chat just yet.
Oh. Someone's making him giggle.
Yep.
Sensu and Martinez right now being maybe a bit of the class clowns, perhaps. Not sure what this one was for. Might get some comms on it, but if not, that's fine. Hopefully we're getting back into play. Everyone's got headsets on. Seems like it's all good. Tension in the air. Mounts right back up. It's 36 rounds of play. Now brings us to our 37th.
See how high you can count these up here. Blitz is going to start off with the double up. Tried it to close out. And 910 able to thread the shot around the smoke. Getting his revenge on Martinez. Got him in that same angle a couple of times. Now looking for more, and the HE blown up the smoke. Giving them extra advantages. Blitz now looking for them, running into ops all over the map. Blitz, though, does bypass. 910 lands a leg shot and escapes. Survives. Gets out of dodge. We'll see if Blitz has the same fortune. Smoke spam almost worked out from up. Was trying to show some patience, but available to get out safely. And a 5v3 with very low health on Saucel. And a very shallow multi there. Not going to do him too many favors. Oh, that HE.
Not quite where you wanted that. Oh, Saucel. Slips away. Not another nade kill. But a bit more utility damage here for this mounting Mongols defense.
Oh. Cheeky little boost here. Anything to get the ball moving in this 5v3. Any sort of trickery you can pull out, you'd like to use now here.
Inching forward.
Communication, that is well placed. Davy now has to jump and does collect. Goes down to 4 health. But still, some ground being gained here. You also have
Pauses past him.
a dangerous
They
position
don't know he's out.
for Blitz.
They don't know he's out. He's not being checked. He's not being checked.
Both overlooking it.
Oh, he doesn't know how to maximize this, though. It's a bit of an awkward spot where they're both evading him for the moment. And now, okay, Blitz realizes in the nick of time. Now nobody has any health whatsoever. The nades can have a field day, as it is one shot, one kill pretty much on these remaining gentle mates. And so they're going to have a rough time of this B site take. No headshot available there. Felt like a moment where Mopaz just hung in glass, just crystallized, thought he could make something magic happen.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you jump out of that window, that's when the sound cue is given over, so you feel like you might miss it, but that small window of opportunity just escapes Mopaz, and he goes flying into the site, unfortunately landing head first. 19 locked in. TheMongolz able to start things off for OT3. Second time's a charm.
All right, we got him through.
There we go. Let's still rock in the secondary.
If you think boosting should be easy, you try giving your friend a piggyback ride. People are heavy.
That's fair.
This nade. Oh boy. Techno.
Oh!
Not gonna get a chance to throw it. Deleted by the op. Now Blitz bringing the second one to bear, but they're already past this angle. That bomb's dropped down. To get out of safe haven. .vg collected. There's the pinch. Blitz goes ahead of it. Mopaz finds. Not much needed kill.
Oh.
Alex? How much do you want to chase this?
Oh my god!
Okay, thinks better of that. Little ham-fisted on it, but Martinez continuing to do damage from the apartments means that it may not be necessary after all. You can see Mizinho's gone back because he just doesn't know what to deal with that catwalk player. Time's become the issue now, and 910 Mizinho are backing away.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not money the biggest issue, but AK is nice to have on the CT side, so that's what they're holding on to at this point in time. Gentlemate's gonna keep things nice and even. 19s not letting off the gas just yet. Martinez with some big time plays here, man. Jump spotting just when you think this utility damage can do even more. Martinez has to pluck someone out of the sky.
Feels like
can't get a chance to get his feet underneath him.
Feels like maybe we're going back to this B focus, right? It was a huge piece in regulation, a big part of what got Gentlemates here into overtime. A vulnerability we've seen. Blitz and Techno caught off guard at multiple moments. So if you're the Mongols, how do you adjust? Do you bring that third player in? Do you switch around some spots for a moment just to give them a different look?
I feel like if you're rocking the double up consistently, I would like to see at least the secondary go up towards apartments. Or 910 just start its op there instead. That's what I feel like is a little bit more typical when it comes to double opping on this map of Mirage, right? Your primary can kind of float around, get the rotations, but right now it's Blitz using it towards catwalk instead.
Well, they're not working with that secondary up. Let's stick to those saved AKs. And we did see some aggression in the apartments in regulation. I mean, especially that one round with the 910 hero. Mixed results.
Ooh, this is out his chance to open things up, but Senzu will not. Spray down a little bit of fight. Still towards middle. And Zinho put under pressure. Trying to get his util out here at a no-scope at a 910. And Zinho flushed out of under balk, but still kicking and has done his job to slow them down towards A main.
Here's the space slipping through the smoke. Mizinho so aware, finds the headshot. And there's nothing doing for the Gentlemates here. Saucel traded instantly. Martinez, this would need to be magnificent. And magnificence will need to wait. Once again, the Mongols pulling into the lead. The Gentlemates doing such a good job of the clawback, but they just can't overcome.
A difficult round right there. You see much better time buying measures from Zinho on this A side as well. His effort with that smoke drop. Just drawing out, allowing for rotations to arrive. Some tricky shots from 910 as well inside the smoke, shoring up that connector approach.
So we swap sides once again. 22 is our magic number, as you can see there in the middle of the overhead. HUD. Screen. All those things.
Yeah. HUD's the one, I think.
We go 21 all. We go again. Heads up display.
Yeah. A little gaming term there. Right now needing some
That's nice.
Damage to be done here on this B site, being sprung in on Blitz with an opening pick. Davi G down. Rafa's feeling the heat with the molly behind him and can't get anything else going. That is a B site approach taken care of, and that very well could be two opportunities, two more for the Mongols to claim here. They are going for this retake, though it seems. That might shut it down, though, before it ever even lifts off. Blitz, complete shutout here. He takes them all down from the catwalk, dealing with this retake before it ever even gets a chance to hatch. And Techno with the last. He's going to keep this round flawless. The Mongols, two more chances.
Blitz will entertain it. No illusions of the retake here. You're not even going to get that thing started. Monstrous round out from the captain of the squad. The captain who sits on the corner. And we go back to the double op as well to try and put this one to bed. The Mongols, it has been one hell of a fight out for the Gentlemates, but again and again, the Mongols have put them in this tough spot. And once more, we require magic from the Gentlemates. We require 2 rounds up against it. There could be no errors here. They've gone to the double themselves. Davi G picking up that secondary. We haven't seen this much.
Oh, I don't think we've seen a double up at all here for their CT side. And whatever tools necessary that they could pull out, you got to get away with it right here, right now. Probably end up against the wall with back-to-back rounds.
It's a good time to show a different look, right? It's a great time to throw in a little bit of a monkey wrench to what this could be. Mongols have seen so much from your Mirage. Now you got something else. Where is Davi G playing with this? In towards the apartment, so similar to what the Mongols were showing with that secondary.
As a little bit more typical for the double op setup than what Blitz was going for. Blitz was boosted up for quite some time towards that A side, looking for an opening pick. Never saw the cross towards connector, which could create some interest in how they work through progressions in middle. Davi G, the scope deep in towards apartments. And an angle that can be tricky here. Techno going to make it difficult with the flashbang. Perfectly placed. Now the op revealed. The molly flushing him out of position, forcing out utility from Davi G. A lot of discomfort right now forced on this B side. Not a lot of reaction. Looks like Gentlemate's pretty committed in their setup. Trio over there towards A. Some early A main positioning. Smoke just tossed in all over the map. I want to boost towards window. That could be the right port of call here. Alex overlooked. A boost in towards window. Again, they're going to have a huge flank opportunity here and instantly dismissed by Techno.
Massive find early now. All the pressure on Martinez. Has to deliver. Has to create space for Salsa to get back out. Goes looking for it, but the shot misses, and there won't be many more opportunities. Techno right around the lip. Holding Martinez into his spot. That kill comes through, but a space program addition for Martinez now means you're stuck. Salsa trying to get back up, but that secondary op. Asking questions. Bomb down. Now it's all the primary.
Oh my God.
Beginning and the end. And Davi G's gone to the rifle to try and make this one happen. Split between them. Blitz might just have the flank to finish, but he's not moving just yet here in the window. So for the moment, it's isolated onto Senzu. And Senzu will be all you need. What a fight. What a brawl. But unfortunately for the Gentlemates, their story here at the ESL Pro League comes to a close. The Mongols tested on Mirage overcome.
Creating crazy upsets here all throughout stage 1.